second season of the Most Valuable Player Award. A clutch performer, if ever one lived. He's the star in the NBA.
William Felton Russell was a monumental figure in the history of the NBA. One of the greatest players ever, he blazed trails and broke barriers. Yet for all his accolades, one aspect of his transcendent career stands out. He has more titles to his credit than any other player in NBA history.
Russell is the greatest winner of all time, the most valuable player of all time, and no one can equal his record of 11 championships in 13 years.
Russell grew up in Monroe, Louisiana, before his family moved west to Oakland, California. He was told early that when challenged, he should never back down.
When we first moved into the projects, and these 4 kids ran by, and one of them slapped me as he was going by. I went upstairs and told my mother, and we went all through the projects looking for those guys. You're gonna fight every one of them one at a time. There was 5 of them. I lost 3 and won 2. And so I go home, crying, and she says, "Don't cry. You did what you had to do."
As a teenager in Oakland, he would blossom into a star at McClymonds High School and go on to play close to home at the University of San Francisco. His defensive abilities were unprecedented.
And there's a fight for the rebound. Taft recovers and he can move. Russell blocks his shot, and the Dons are showing their power.
Russell led his school to back-to-back NCAA titles and would cap off his amateur career by winning Olympic gold in Melbourne in 1956. Heading into the NBA draft that year, Red Auerbach of the Boston Celtics understood that Russell could transform his team. Auerbach engineered a trade dealing popular all-star Ed Macauley and talented rookie Cliff Hagan to St. Louis, clearing the way for the Celtics to sign Russell. And just as he had done in college, Bill Russell redefined the game defensively.
I remember thinking to myself, well, we not only got ourselves a rebounder, but it looks to me like he was such a great athlete for his size and such quickness. I said, I think we're getting a little bit more than we bargained for in Bill Russell.
Cousy waiting for his man, bounce pass to Russell. Basket is good and he's fouled.
He could rebound, he could run, he could play defense. He made everybody around him better. It was the ultimate piece of the puzzle.
Just months after Russell joined the team, the Celtics were champions.
The all-around play of the Celtics is too much for the Hawks to overcome. Boston downs St. Louis to win the NBA's World Series for the first time and become the professional basketball champions.
Russell would soon be joined in the league by another dominant force, Wilt Chamberlain.
The winning is only important if you beat the best. My friend Wilt Norman Chamberlain was far and away the best player I've ever played against.
Throughout the 1960s, their rivalry would become a centerpiece of the NBA game and captivate audiences. Over the years, it also became one of mutual respect. Wilt's statistics were astounding, but Russell kept collecting championships.
After he got in the league, folks were trying to compare us. I decided that I will never change the way I play for the Celtics.
Starting in 1959, Russell would lead the Celtics on a still unmatched run in American team sports. 8 consecutive league titles.
Bill Russell, 30 points and 40 rebounds.
Russell used to become physically ill before every ball game.
I mean, that's how much each particular game meant to him.
West all alone. Look at Russell come down. And what a play by Russell!
Was it important to dominate? Yes. It was important to dominate because one thing that you want to do to your opponents is to make them think, make them know they can't win. We shut a guy down or block a guy's shot and say, yes, we did that to you. If you come back, we'll do it again.
That's it. It's all over. It's all over. Everybody in the place is yelling and screaming. They deserve it, John. They're the greatest basketball team that was ever assembled.
But even as they dominated throughout the 1960s, Russell and his teammates also had to battle the degradations of racism. One such instance took place before a preseason game against the St. Louis Hawks, scheduled to be played in Lexington, Kentucky.
Casey went down to the restaurant in the hotel we were staying, and they would not serve it. We decided we were going to play.
Russell helped lead a boycott of African-American players from both teams. Russell's sense of justice extended beyond the world of basketball. He also sought to make a difference in society at large. After civil rights leader Medgar Evers was murdered, Russell flew to Jackson, Mississippi to help oversee the integration of youth basketball games.
Well, do you think that you will get some white kids to play basketball with Negro kids?
I think so. I don't see why not. My kids play with white kids, and nobody got hurt yet.
When heavyweight champion Muhammad Ali refused to fight in Vietnam because of his religious beliefs, Russell joined America's finest African-American athletes to support him.
When we had the summit in Cleveland to see how Muhammad Ali felt about going into the Army, Bill was right there, and with no fear.
There's so many things that he contributed by how he lived his life, how he dealt with his success, and the pride that he had. You know, we needed examples of people with pride.
Jackie Robinson was a hero to all of us. But my attitude was that Jackie took us from point A to point B. I was not going to revisit point A. I was going to start at point B.